Hey YouTube, welcome to the workout. My name is Madeline. I'm going to introduce myself more in just a second when I go live on Instagram. I just wanted to make sure this was all set up. I am not as good at YouTube as I am at my other social media. So let me know where you're from. Start asking me questions now if you'd like. I will take a few minutes within the workout to answer any outstanding questions. And what I love about YouTube is you can very easily ask them and I can see them. So drop those questions there. We will be using a kettlebell today, actually 2 kettlebells. And then if you've got a barbell, I'm going to give you guys some suggestions on what you can do with the barbell in addition. I'm going to go ahead and go live on Instagram. You give me 1 second. Hey, Kettlebell Kings, what's up? My name is Madeline Conti. I am a coach out of Atlanta, Georgia. It is a beautiful day today. It's sunny. It is not cold anymore. I'm so excited. And the pollen's kind of gone. I was sneezing up a storm on my last live. So if you joined me last time, I went through a single kettlebell pull workout. And we also used a barbell. Today, we're going to be doing pushing movements instead of pulling. We are still going to have a bit of a pull in the form of a high pull with the barbell and with the kettlebell, but the rest is pushing. So grab a set of kettlebells, medium or heavy will work for this. We've got kind of low reps on everything. And then if you've got a barbell, we can use that as well. We're going to start with some mobility. I'm going to talk through the workout and then we're going to get to it. So let's start on the floor in tabletop position with our hands underneath our shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to tuck the pelvis, press away from the floor for cat, and sink our shoulders down and back. Let our stomachs fall. Arch the back, gaze up for cow. Go 2 more times each way, nice and slow. Fabulous. Bring your right foot around to the outside of your hand. Come up onto your knuckles. Squeeze your shoulder in to your knee and keep going through cat-cow. You may expose tightness in the adductors, hamstring. This is one of my favorite ones, especially before doing a lot of leg work. Where are y'all tuning in from? Let me know. If anyone from Kettle Club is in here, drop a wave emoji. I'd love to see y'all. Switch legs. Let's go 4 or 5 on this side. Guys, I also have to say this is kind of a big week for me. I'm very excited to be going live with you guys today in particular because yesterday, finally, my app launched. And I'm very excited about it. And all of my kettlebell programs and barbell programs launched. So people are in there. It's been fun so far to get feedback from them and just to hear that they're loving it. Whew, what a relief. It has been a long 8 months. If y'all want to know more about that, I will send a little link to you if you want to check it out. And I will obviously put something in the caption about it too. So let's get into some shoulders next. Stay in a tall kneeling position. Tuck your pelvis, drive your hips forward and arms straight out in front of you. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, then reach forward, shrug up, squeeze back, and squeeze down. Let me show you this view. Reach forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, shrug as high as you can, squeeze them back, keep them up high, and then to press the shoulder blades. Let's go 1 more time. Try not to move anything below your rib cage. From here, let's open the chest up like this. Now I want you to rotate over your left hip. So I'm driving my left hip forward as I rotate back, and then I'm going to extend my arm. I'm squeezing the shoulder blade down, and I'm going to do little lassos, little circles, squeezing the shoulder blade down with every one. Come back to the front, reset, go over the right hip, extend, same deal. Driving that right hip forward against the rotation back. Awesome. All right, so as I mentioned, we are going to have like a full body workout today, mostly pushing movements. It's going to be squats, it's going to be presses, but we also have a swing to start all of it. And that swing is going to go into a high pull, both with the kettlebell or a snatch high pull with the barbell. I'm going to go over the kettlebell work first. We're going to do the first 3 rounds with the kettlebell, and then we're going to do the last 2 rounds with the barbell. So we're going to do 5 rounds today total. It's every 2 minutes on the minute. it's going to fly by. It's going to be 10 minutes, but let's take a second to learn it first before we just jump in head first, okay? So as I mentioned, we've got high pulls, then we've got squats, then we have presses. The high pulls with the 2 kettlebells, if you've got competition kettlebells, it's a lot to swing in between your legs. So I'm going to assume a little bit wider stance here. And I'm also going to get a little bit of rotation going in my grip. I'm going to go internal rotation of my shoulder as I swing back before then going into the high pull, mostly because it's just going to give me a little bit more room to move in between the legs, okay? So starting with the bells in a hike position, I'm going to have them already turned slightly internally, and I'm going to swing back, high pull, back, and down. When I hit the high pull, it is driven by the hip, and then I'm continuing the bells up with my hands. My elbow and hand will be about the same height with the butt of the bell facing forward. Let's practice that for like 5 to 8 reps. And we're coming back down to the dead stop every time, mostly just to reset and slow ourselves down, to make sure we're really using the hips and knees and not just bending over and flopping up for the high pulls. All right, so that is our dual kettlebell high pull. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a single kettlebell version of it. Let me grab a little bit heavier bell for that. So if you do only have a single bell, you can do it like so. Starting and ending from the hike, both hands on the handle, Amazon truck. You're gonna swing back, high pull. Obviously with a heavier bell, it's not gonna go as high as it did with the lighter ones, okay? Keep that in mind. Although the total kilos there is the same as the total kilos there. Now, after that, after we've done 5 dead stop high pulls, we're gonna be cleaning the bells up into the rack position and doing 5 squats. So let me go back over here to my 2 kettlebells. We're gonna do our clean. Bring your feet a little closer together because it was so wide for the swings. And we're gonna do squats, driving our elbows up underneath the body of the bell with every squat, okay? So we're gonna hit 5 squats. The last thing is gonna be 2 push presses. We're gonna dip, drive, and catch back in the rack. And that's gonna be our work for the 2 minutes, okay? Actually gonna move my laptop back a little bit so y'all can see my head. Sorry about the Amazon truck. Does anyone have any questions before I go further? Let me scroll. Hello from Spain. Hello, welcome. Okay, I don't see any questions. It's always so tough with Instagram and all the questions on there because they just get jumbled in the mix. But let's go ahead and get into this workout. So we're gonna do the first 3 rounds with the kettlebell. Go ahead and join me there. I'm assuming everyone watching has a kettlebell. If you're watching a Kettlebell Kings live, not everyone's gonna have the barbell. So I'm gonna wait to demo that just because I do want you guys to at least do the kettlebell stuff with me. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna be starting the timer in a second. It's gonna be every 2 minutes on the minute. We're gonna do 3 rounds. All right, 3, 2, 1. So we've got 5 dead stop high pulls. Each of these bells is 8 kilos. It's light, mostly because I'm coaching. I want to be able to talk to you guys. After 5 reps, we're going to clean the bells up, and we're going to have 5 squats. We're then going to have 2 push presses, dip and drive, catch and a dip, dip and drive, catch and a dip, and then park the bells. And rest. We've got about a minute of rest before the next round. So I can take questions. What's up, y'all? Oh, I got some Southeast Georgia people coming in. Someone said, who's strangling a chicken over there? I was like, what? He's talking about the Amazon truck. That was hilarious. Love that. All right, Insta. Are you guys doing this workout with me, or are you just watching on your lunch break? I think I know the answer to that, but you can do it later. Totally. We're going to be posting this when I get done. All right, 30 seconds 30 more seconds for me to catch my breath, and then we'll get into it. Also a sip of my matcha latte. If y'all aren't familiar with me, I do Kettlebell Kings live workouts all the time, and it is because I love their kettlebells. I specifically love their competition bells. I use them for flowing. I have a flow program and class called Kettle Club, and yeah, y'all should check it out, and you should check out their kettlebells too, because they are just beautiful. Except for this one, it's seen better days. All right, high pulls, let's get it, 5 reps. We're now going to clean the bell up. Bring your feet in a little closer. Fire truck coming in. And we got 5 squats. All sorts of trucks coming into my neighborhood today. Interesting. All right, after the 5 squats, we've got dip and drive, 2 push presses. Get a good lockout overhead. Press those bells back, and then pull them, catch them in the dip. All right, and rest. We got another minute of rest. Wow, it feels kind of luxurious. Maybe I should make it every 90 seconds on the 90 seconds. All right. Any questions? Sorry, I was just looking at my YouTube. All right. Anyone joining from Austin? Got a lot of friends linking up in a few weeks for a pretty awesome workshop, landmine kettlebell weightlifting workshop. Maybe I'll drop some deets on that in the caption here. But shout out to Tom, Rain, and Keanu. They're going to be doing a pretty dope workshop that I can't make it to, but it seems like everyone else is. So if y'all are in Austin, I think it's May 19th weekend, check it out. It's going to be at Collective, the best gym ever. Shout out Jeremy. All right, let's do it. Let's get set. Round 3, final round with the kettlebells, if you have a barbell. 5 dead stop. Explosive extension in the hip and knee. Continue up with the arms. Let the legs give you the energy, and then just guiding with the arms. All right, after 5, clean. 5 squats. And we got 2 push presses, not 5. Dip, drive. And that's it. Take a breather. All right, we're gonna take a couple minutes because I'm gonna show y'all now the barbell work. So if you have a barbell and you wanna continue the vibe of this workout, you can do snatch, high pulls, front squats, and push presses with the barbell instead. So really the only thing that's going to be very different is going to be the snatch high pull versus the swinging high pull that we were doing with the bell. I'm going to go ahead and bring the barbell out here so y'all can see. This is my pretty barbell. I've had it since 2016. It is the reason I fell in love with weightlifting. And I never do weightlifting barefoot, but I will be today because I'm not wearing shoes. Also, garages have a bit of grade to them. So I'm going to put these here so my barbell doesn't roll away. All right. So the snatch high pull. This is actually like a really intricate movement to teach on a live workout. But I'm going to attempt it because I've taught it once or twice or a million times at this point. The idea is if you want to make room for the bar by moving your legs out of the way. You also don't want your chest to be dragged over. You want to be combating against the weight that you're holding. So on the way up, you want to maintain this 45-degree angle, pulling the knees back to make room for the bar, and then meet the bar with the hips, and continue the movement up with the arms, okay? It's really a very similar concept to everything we do with kettlebells. There's a reason for that. It's the most efficient way to move the weight. We're not trying to do bodybuilding here. We're trying to move a lot of weight with a little bit of energy, I guess. It's actually a ton of energy, but we're using the bigger muscles to move the weight versus our smaller muscles, right? We're not doing bicep curls with the barbell. We're doing a snatch high pull, okay? Snatch grip is going to be wider. And the general rule of thumb is you should grip it as wide as you need to so that the bar is sitting in your hip crease. Okay, so I'm gonna be gripping with about my middle finger on this line right here. I'm gonna hook grip the bar. So thumb is gonna go underneath the other fingers. Not a huge deal if you don't know how to do that today. We can go over it if you want to. But I'm going to hook grip the bar. And for right now, I'm just gonna show you this bar is in my hip crease, okay? Now this position is really, really important. This is the dip. And that dip is gonna be where you want to get to with your hips before finishing your extension to then continue leading the bar up to wherever it's gonna go, whether it's a clean or a snatch. Okay, we're gonna be doing a snatch high pull today, which is going to look very similar to that high pull we were doing with the kettlebell. So I'm gonna set up the bar like this. I'm gonna hook grip, you sit into kind of a squatty hinge position, chest open, shoulder blades down and back. I'm gonna be pulling the knees back, meeting the bar with my hips, and then continuing it up with my arms. I had a triple extension, so I went up on my toes, extended the hips, extended the knees. Love it. Pull the knees back, hips come in, continue up with the arms. Let's do one more. And that is your snatch high pull barefoot. We normally wear weightlifting shoes. Does anyone have questions about that? I know that this is not a barbell channel, but there's a lot of carryover and it matters because we're not always gonna have kettlebells everywhere we go. However, we got barbells almost everywhere we go. So at least when it's a gym. So it's nice to know what to do. So that's the snatch high pull. I'm gonna go over the front squat, the push press, and then we'll get to work on our last 2 rounds. So I'm gonna clean the bar up to a front rack position, mostly because I don't wanna be going in and out of the rack. So after I've done my 5 snatch high pulls, I'm gonna clean the bar up. This is my front rack position, and I'm gonna do 5 squats. This is the same racked position, essentially, as with the kettlebell. After that, I've already got my grip ready. I'm gonna go dip and drive for a push press. And bring it down. And that is that. That is going to be our barbell circuit. We're gonna do it for 2 rounds. All right, so give me like 20 seconds to catch my breath, and then we'll get into it, all right? Get your barbells ready. If you don't have a barbell, get your kettlebells ready that we were doing before. You'll still be doing your swing high pull, your clean, to then do front rack squats, and then 2 push presses, okay? 5, 5, and 2. Love it. All right. Here we go. Second to last round of the day, y'all. Almost done with me. Whoop, if I don't lose my life first. Tripping over a kettlebell. All right, I'm starting the timer. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Snatch high pull, 5 reps. Make it explosive. Or kettlebell high pull. After 5, that's a lot of weight. We're gonna do a clean and 5 squats. Now we have 2 push presses. and rest. We got a minute. Whew. Have a little bit more weight than 16 kilos. You know what I'm saying? How are we doing? I know I'm doing well. I needed this workout so bad. It is helpful when I know it's going to be streamed live because I'm definitely going to check in for it. Anyone else like that? Got a whole setup in your garage and you don't touch it? It's just such a beautiful day, though. It's the perfect day for a garage workout. All right, 20 seconds. We're going to do this one more time. I have 63 pounds total for my barbell, all right? It's a 15 kilo bar, and I've got a 15 on each side. So take that into consideration. First of all, this ain't 135. Okay, I would not be doing 5 reps of anything if it were that. I might be doing 1 or 2. All right, 5 snatch high pull. Let's do it. Get your grip set up. Sit deep into that squatty hinge. Pull the knees back. Meet it with the bar. Continue up with the arms. Don't pull early, like I just did. Wait for the hips to extend. And then continue up with the arms. Bar does not have to go very high. All right. Done with the snatch high pull. Now we're going to do a clean into our 5 squats. All right. 5 squats. All right, 2 push presses. And done, babies. All right, we need to cool down now. I'm gonna kind of catch my breath in cat-cow, and then we will twist around, get cooled down, stretched out, and we'll be done. So meet me on the floor. Let's get back into tabletop. Catch your breath, nasal breathing if you can. Cat-cow 5 times. Oh, my timer is still going. It'll be done in a second. Finito. All right, one more. Let's do a short lever wave unload. So walk your hands forward, sit your hips back, tuck your pelvis, and roll forward to cat. Then continue going forward until your hips meet the ground. Open your chest and gaze up. Then tuck the chin, roll down your spine, back to cat, and then back to child's pose. 2 more times. Starting from your pelvis and rolling up. Then starting from your chin and rolling down. Awesome. All right, back to tabletop. Right hand in front, sit back for a single arm child's pose. Back up, right hand in front of left, open the palm and rotate your shoulder toward the floor. Probably the best one. Ooh. All right, come back up. Left arm in front, sit back. Come back up, left hand in front of right, open the palm and rotate around that straight arm, shoulder toward the floor. Awesome. All right, we're gonna lay on our stomachs, arms are gonna be out in a T, we're gonna do floor scorpion. Let me do this. All right, I just wanna make sure YouTube can see me. All right, lay on your stomach, arms out in a T, bend a knee, lift it up, open your hip, and twist over until your foot's on the floor. Come back to the center, other side. And last but not least, we've got supine twist. So lay on your back, Right knee in your chest, right arm out to the side. Pull your knee across your body until you make it to the floor. And then bend the bottom leg at the knee and grab around your foot. Come back to the center, other side. Get a nice little spine pop or two. Put the bottom leg at the knee, grab around your foot. All right, y'all, that is it. Short and sweet. 5 rounds. I'm going to review really quick what we did if y'all are just tuning in, because I want you guys to go check out. Oh, look at this redness from the front squats. So we did the first 3 rounds with 2 kettlebells. I used a light medium weight. I used an 8 kilo in each hand, and we did 5 dead stop high pulls to 5 front squats. We had to do a clean to get it up there, and then 2 push presses. That was the first 3 rounds. I also showed y'all a single kettlebell version of that if you've only got one or you've only got a heavier one. Then our final 2 rounds, which you could obviously do for more, but I want to keep it short and sweet on here, we worked with a barbell. So I showed y'all snatch high pulls, which is a new skill that maybe a lot of you haven't done before. So just kind of take that with a grain of salt. Like, it's going to probably feel funky at first, but if you've worked with kettlebells before, it's probably actually going to come pretty naturally to you. There really is a lot of carryover of Olympic weightlifting into kettlebells and vice versa. Honestly, my kettlebell work made me a stronger weightlifter, and now I feel like way more confident overhead. So keep that in mind. It all like feeds into each other, and it's a great skill for you guys to learn if you have not dived into it before. So we did those 5 snatch high pulls. We did a clean to get it up to the front rack position, hence all this redness here. We did 5 front squats. That started to feel a little bit heavy. And then we did 2 push presses also with the barbell. Same grip, that clean grip. And keep in mind, like, this is pretty uncomfortable for most people. You do not have to keep your hook grip when you're holding in the front rack position for squats. You want to probably get that grip again when you're going into your presses, but at least for the squats, you can let it roll out to your fingertips and just be pushing it back into your neck. We want to get the lats involved by getting the elbows as high as possible. Again, also it's not dragging us forward. Honestly, I could talk about this stuff all day long because I love it so much. Go over to my page. I have not tagged my username in the chat today because I was just too excited to get into the workout, but it's Conti Fitness. I'm going to be posting this workout on Kettlebell Kings page. It'll be on YouTube and on Instagram. So go find my page after this. And thank you so much for joining me. And I will be back in about a month. So see y'all then. Thank you, YouTube. You're always my guinea pigs that I start and end with. And I feel like I have cooler conversation with you guys because, like, it's fewer people, so it feels more intimate. I'm loving seeing that people are in here from Georgia. That's awesome. You guys need to come up to Atlanta and take one of my classes. I teach at the training room in Midtown. I have my barbell class, which is very similar to like what we just did, Monday and Wednesday nights. And then I've got my kettlebell class, the flow class, that it was my baby. That's on Tuesday nights. So go check it out. Again, my name is Madi Conti. I am on here as Conti Fitness as well. I've got a lot of tutorial videos. And as I mentioned, I just launched an app yesterday, and all of my programs are out on it. So go check it out. It is called Continuum. All right, I'll see y'all next time.